I wake up every day and I don't know how I'm going to be until I actually wake up that morning. The first thing I do is like a mental rundown. Can I move everything? Is everything working okay? What am I going to have to brace or bracket today?
How long ago were you diagnosed?
I was 27. And that was after about 15 years. I've been symptomatic all my life, but my symptoms really kicked in when my puberty started around 13. And from 13 to 27, I was really ill.
So did it cause you to have a difficult birth when you were 20?
Yes, 52 hours, and I needed to be put in stirrups. And I was supposed to have an elective caesarean because of the problems I had with my hips anyway, but I engaged too quickly, so I couldn't have a caesarean, but she got stuck and almost had to have a forceps delivery, but it was very difficult. For the first time in my life, I'm actually in a position where I'm seeing people I know die. And I've just had one of my neighbours, who is a very close friend, die. It took her 5 weeks, and she was in a medically induced coma the whole time because she had a ruptured bowel. So she had the feces draining from the rupture in her bowel into her abdomen because she had a DNR, so they couldn't actually repair it. She was laying on her back the whole time, so she couldn't cough and clear her chest, so all the mucus from her mouth was draining into her lungs and she was suffocating. She stopped eating and she stopped drinking. When she went into hospital, we were told it would be days, not weeks, before she went, and it was 5 weeks. That's not how I want to go. As I mentioned earlier, I'm already on quite high levels of medication at the moment. There is no cure for my condition, and as I said, I will lose my bladder. I already have days where I am incontinent now. It's intermittent incontinence at the moment, so I will lose my bladder, I will lose my bowels, I will lose my ability to breathe properly as the collagen in my neck goes, and I won't be able to actually perform the function of breathing. I won't be able to eat, I won't be able to communicate. So I've already had to do my DNR and my advanced will, etc. It will end up in some ways as if I have motor neurons disease or locked-in syndrome. I will have a fully functioning brain in a body that can't do anything. And I will be left like that potentially for years. That's not a life. That may be a quantity of life. I may have days, weeks, months, years, but I won't have any quality. At the moment, as I said, I live like a toddler. I'm not allowed to do anything for myself. When I wake up in the morning, when I go into the shower, somebody has got to be in the bathroom with me. I'm not even allowed to draw the curtains in case I fall over in the shower. I've got a seat that I sit on, but as you saw earlier, I can miss the seat and end up on the ground anyway. I am not allowed to stand up when I'm in the shower because it's more dangerous being standing than being sat because of the water being slippy. So I have to be physically washed in certain areas because I'm holding myself up so that I can be reached. So the idea of having dignity in my life went out the window 12 years ago when I started needing help with my personal care. There are days when my wrists are compromised or my shoulders or my elbows, and so I have to be escorted to the toilet and be cleaned because I'm not capable of cleaning myself. I'm not allowed to make a cup of tea or coffee or cook a meal because I can be holding the kettle or holding the pan and my wrist can dislocate and I will drop whatever it is, and you've got the risks of burns and scalds, etc. So there are lots of things that I am theoretically capable of doing for myself, but for practical reasons I'm not allowed to do, or I'm not allowed to do unless there's somebody with me. So every second of every minute of every day, somebody is with me. So I have no privacy, I have no autonomy, I have no peace and quiet, because anything that you would wake up and think, I'm going to do for myself today, I can only do with the facility of somebody else, either agreeing to help me or making sure that there's somebody there to hand me off to.
From your 19-year-old daughter's
Yes.
perspective, what would you like for her if the law was changed and you could have an assisted death?
The easiest thing would be not having to worry that I am suffering and not having to spend those 5 weeks that I just spent with my neighbour, waking up every morning and wondering if today's going to be the day. So we could make a plan, we could decide on the day. She would know that there is a definite point and that I am happy and comfortable, and we can make it as happy and comfortable as possible for her. Hopefully, when she is my age, that won't even be a conversation that is needed, because they may have found what causes our condition, and so there may be some sort of cure or some sort of better treatment than there is available currently.